Hi, Stacey McDonald here, and I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about negative chatter, both avoiding doing it, avoid talking negatively and being the Debbie Downer of the room, and also listening to it. It's damaging both ways. It affects you mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, all of that. People have created habits. It may be something that they're missing inside of themselves. Maybe it's their relationship with God, maybe it's their relationship in their marriage, maybe their children, maybe they're having, whatever it is, there's some kind of insecurity going on that they feel like they have to put other people down to build themselves up. Yes, it's wrong, but we also need to remember there's something that they're missing. And so we can have mercy, we can have compassion, but we can also spur them on to do the right thing by the way we respond to that. And one of those things is not to listen to it and entertain it, because for one, we're allowing it to bring us down, and we're not doing them any favors because it's hurting them too. So keep in mind, be very deliberate. If you hear somebody putting other people down, maybe point out the good things about that person, or maybe point out, if it's a gossipy kind of thing, maybe you could say, oh, well, let's go to that person and see if we can work that out. And if they don't want to do that, which a lot of times when people are gossiping about somebody else, they don't actually want to resolve the situation. They just want to complain or make themselves look better or make you feel like they're a victim or whatever. It's just a habit that they've made. So keep that in mind. But if they will go to that person, maybe you'll have been a peacemaker and you could actually get involved in the good process of restoration. So respond positively in a healthy, productive manner, and not in a negative manner that tears down other people and also creates more conflict and problems. So also there is another negative way that people chatter, and that's responding to positive statements with negative statements. Have you ever done that, or have you ever known somebody that does that? Or maybe your kids do it sometimes, where you'll say something nice about a company or a product or a person or whatever you're talking about, and they'll have to point out what's wrong with it. Oh yeah, but, and they have to tell you all the things that they notice that are wrong. And sometimes, being a green, I can be very critical sometimes, because I can walk into a room and tell you everything that's wrong, because it's like an editing thing. I used to be an editor, because I can look at a sentence and automatically tell you what's wrong with it. And so sometimes I made a habit of doing that in life. So my husband could point something out and I would say, yeah, but these are all the things that will go wrong, or these are all the things why it won't work, or whatever. And so some people will actually do that with other people. And so we have to be aware that maybe we're doing that so that we don't actually tear someone else down by accident, and cause problems or hurt feelings or relationship issues, and just bringing somebody down. You want to look at somebody and see all the good things that they do, and you want to look at a company and look at the good things that's going on. And I'm not saying there isn't a time for improvement and to say, we could do this better or whatever, but just pay attention to what it's communicating about someone or something else, and what it's doing to your own brain and your own perspective of a situation or person. The third thing is a habit of complaining. Think about the last few conversations you have. Maybe actually go back and read your last few emails. Were those emails or those Facebook messages or those posts, whatever, were they building up and edifying, or was it complaining? Just start to think, am I creating positive, healthy habits, or am I creating negative habits that are bringing me down emotionally and mentally? And think about those things. Be deliberate with your thoughts. Gossip is a problem in churches. It's a problem in families. It's a problem in communities, in workplaces, and even in network marketing. People gossip, and it's a negative thing. It destroys businesses. It destroys relationships. This is relationship marketing, and so it's all built on relationships. So gossip in a downline or in your organization can really cripple you. So please try to avoid that. Please try to teach your people to avoid that. It's not healthy, and it will cause you problems. And it all goes, it's like the putting other people down thing. It's all part of the negative chatter, and it's not healthy. Okay, self-abasement or defeatism. Have you made a habit of putting yourself down? Do you constantly focus on how you can't do this, or how if only this would happen, you would be able to do this, or, if somebody tries to encourage you and help you with your business, do you say, yeah, but I can't, or I'm not good at that, or that's just not me, or all the negative things that we can say to each other. That is unhealthy. Yes, you may need to develop some skills that you don't have, or you may need some help in a certain area, but you can do it. You can find the necessary, you need to focus on what you're good at. What are your gifts? Or not really what you're good at, because sometimes you have a gifting in something that you're not yet good at. You haven't had that self-development in that area. But even in the areas you're not, maybe you're not totally gifted and it's not your strong point, you can still stretch yourself, and you'll be surprised at what you can accomplish. But find somebody that can help you focus on those things that you're good at, on those things that you need to develop, on all those personal growth areas, and be positive about it. You can do it. You can improve. And so if you are constantly telling yourself you can't, I guarantee you 100% you can't do it. If you think you can't, you won't. If you think that you can, and if you have if you're willing to learn, and you're willing to try, and you're willing to improve and stretch yourself and go that extra mile, you will be shocked by what you can accomplish. I've seen it over and over again. But those things that we talked about, the negative chatter, putting other people down, gossiping, responding to positive statements with negative statements, self-abasement, defeatism, say all the things that you say, I can't, blah, 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 blah. All those things will harm your business, will harm your relationships, will keep you miserable and tired, and we call it the Eeyore syndrome in our family. That's what we tell our kids. Don't be an Eeyore. Don't walk around with a cloud over your head talking about all that's wrong with the world, all that's wrong with your upline, all that's wrong with your downline, all that's wrong with your husband, all that's wrong with your children. Focus on what you're going to accomplish and do it. Keep in mind that what you focus on, what you are dwelling on in your mind, is going to affect every area of your life. It's going to be kind of who you are. It's going to shape your thinking. Remember Philippians 4:8, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure and lovely and of good report, if there's any virtue and if there's anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. That's going to renew your mind. It's going to renew your thinking, and it's going to affect your business, your relationship, everything. So that's what we want to see happen. So some of the things that we've been talking about, gossip and putting other people down, disparaging others, all those things are actually against the P&P. They're not only against Scripture, but they're against the policies and procedures. So if you have a problem with another person, go to them, talk to them. The Bible talks about it in Matthew 18, and P&P talks about it in Policies and Procedures 13.1. Go read it. It's important, and it affects everybody, all of us. And if you have somebody that you're having trouble with, talk to them. Be the friend to reach out and say, you know what, you hurt me in this area, and I want to be close to you. I want to have a relationship, and I want things to be good. Maybe you won't be BFFs, and that's okay, but you can get along with just about everybody if you put your mind to it. And in this business, with all the different relationships in your upline and your downline and even your crossline, you're going to need to develop that skill of getting along with people and being professional and viewing everybody with grace and having a professional attitude. So do that. And if you need help with anything, please contact me. We will help you work that out. And we want to see you succeed, because you can do it.